Hello guys, welcome back to the next video. This will be a video about the new developer feedback that they added on 28th of April. And usually I don't make videos on this because there's nothing that is good that they're adding, but this one is specifically very nice. I went through it and most of the changes that they're planning to bring are really good. If DLS is going to implement these changes the way it sounds and what they had in past and other games what they have, it's gonna be really good. This can potentially change the gaming style by a lot in a positive way and actually help players enjoy the game more, right? So let's dive right into it. There are 6 questions and we are gonna go through them in as much detail as we can. So first of all, it says it's been a while since they added a new gameplay, which is true. Let's see what's coming in the second half of the year. So they added certain points over here. One is they're adding Alliance GVE gameplay. Okay, it's Alliance versus Zombie Horde. So like the way PvP is player versus player, GVE basically is like group versus environment, where group is like a group of players in a way. And this will be open to entire server and participate as an alliance. Garrison as a group against an upgraded Zombie Horde, putting Alliance unity in test, and flexible timing, free registration, supports and endorsement. Okay, so this one does sound like if you are a veteran player, there used to be an event during the development of your shelter where you can summon Zombie Horde and they will hit your shelter and you complete the event. But this sound more like on an alliance level where you can summon this Zombie Horde, and again it's upgraded, so there will be levels to it and at a flexible time, and you can complete this particular event. This sound more or less like the way you do Antpeed, where you have flexible timing on Monday whenever you wanna summon it and you do it as an alliance. It does kind of sound like that. And to be honest, something good. Usually these events have decent rewards and I hope this one does. So overall, good thumbs up. And you'll see throughout this particular video that most of these changes that they're proposing, they have more thumbs up than thumbs down, which is unusual. Kind of why I thought to make a video about this. Next is free team PvP gameplay. We have 4 team mixed brawl with the siege strategy and super weapon. Players can freely form teams for more fairness and flexibility. Engage for 30-minute battle. 4 team compete for city resource, ever-changing condition, and super weapon airdrop with the potential to turn tide. Okay. Additionally, a brand new mysterious beast will provide range firepower support. Okay, so this sounds like more or less like a Genesis War kind of setting where you have 4 teams. You can form your own teams and you'll battle for 30 minutes and you'll have airdrop the way we have in Bounty Ground. You can pick it up and you'll have a super weapon and you can potentially get a beast to fight for you. This kind of sounds like a Pompeii kind of situation where 30-minute battle with 3 other teams and you'll get airdrop like the way you have for Bounty Ground to actually have some added buffs. So it actually does sound pretty good. I really look forward to playing this one. Next one is limited time random battlefield. It's casual and flexible matchmaking. It's individual matchmaking, much like we have for Bounty Ground or Water Wars, and supports offline participants, casual and relaxed. So like the way for your Arena of Doom, you can preset a squad and it will fight for you. Does sound something like that. But I really hope that it's a more active gameplay where you do play like the way you play Bounty Ground and Water Wars by yourself, and you can literally play live instead of Arena of Doom where somebody can attack you when you're offline and you'll just trade ranks. Flexible team formation based on language, alliance and region. So you can select in those categories. Interesting. Lighter battlefield design will be more efficient strategic experience. Looking forward to this. This sounds pretty good, but I really hope this is not like those dice Monopoly kind of BS. Next is faction versus faction gameplay, where a multiplayer MOBA style strategy. It is temporarily available during major IP collaboration in the second half, because second half they have another collaboration coming. So this event will be a mini game inside that event. Each match is divided into 2 factions and approximately 20 to 30 players per match. So it kind of sounds like in this event you will select one particular faction and there will be about 10-15 players in each faction, total 20 to 30, and you will fight them for rewards. Usually during those IP events, any mini game that they have within that bigger event gives you the new hero fragment or some coins that you can use in the shop, those kind of things. So again, they're adding some kind of an active battle thing within that event. It's pretty nice. I couldn't complain, and this will make it a little different than what we have seen with the KOF or the Metal Slug or this specific thing. Players must work together to fight. Okay, opposite faction makes sense. Gameplay is fast-paced, strategically diverse, and emphasize team. Okay, that's something generic. Okay, makes sense. But yeah, this actually does look promising. So far, question number 1 for new gameplay. All these additions do look very promising. Next is, beside gameplay content, will there be any new system change in the second half of the year? Okay, so they are adding 2 over here. One is hero collection system, where collect and build all heroes, giving more values to older heroes. Okay. Add more ways for players to obtain heroes, speeding up the collection. Hero index will not just be an honor, but provide practical might. Okay, so this actually is really, really good. So the way it sounds, we all have heroes that we have invested in the past and we don't no longer use those heroes. So basically that investment is waste for us. So what they're doing, if you have heroes of certain types at certain levels, it will give you additional buffs. So the hero index, which is where you see all your heroes, it will be giving you some practical might that you can use. So if you look at it this way, any hero development has 3 phases. First is you can rank it up with all the stars. Second is get it to level 60 with XP. And thirdly, awaken the hero with all your fragments, right? So at different levels, for maybe you can say set of heroes, you will get additional buffs the way you have for survivors, where if you have all the survivors at level 5, 10, 15, something like that, if they share a particular bond, you will get additional buff out of that. So this might be something related to that. We don't know which heroes they are talking about. It could be based on their activity, like, all Garrison heroes at level 60 or awakened, or all infantry heroes that you have, or number of them, or maybe some specific ones they can pair up like 3 or 4 heroes at certain level. We don't know, but they are just saying that awakening older heroes will give you some value. So that's good, and they are going to add more ways to obtain fragments of those heroes, because you don't want to use your universal ones. So this actually is really, really good. I really 100% thumbs up for that. Next is new competitive season system. A new season, new theme, new experience. Okay, every 3 months will be a season, allowing growth in phases and enhancing short-term strategy gameplay to keep delivering fresh experience. Okay, so this is something like, I don't remember the game I played before. They also call it seasons, and during certain seasons, certain different type of characters had upper hand on the other ones. And if you remember in the past, Arena of Doom used to have seasons on the top right corner, where they used to say infantry had additional defense or range have additional attacks, so you can change your heroes in the formation accordingly to perform well on the ranking. And at that time, carbon steel was something that you get on the base of your rank. So actually this will be very helpful the way it reads, and I hope it goes that way. Right now, game meta change based on the heroes that they launch. For example, when Thunder was launched, the whole meta was revolving around him. It was a Garrison meta, and everything that they added was either to counter Thunder or support him. Like for example, Johnny Carey, the Joker hero, he was launched to counter Thunder, but he wasn't successful. Then they added, Chun, and then later on Julia, and Julia actually did really, really well, to the point that they have to nerf Julia to not stack her silence and only have 3 rallies on a Garrison. And then it was from then started more of a rally meta going on. They added Bard with additional skill damage on Garrison, and it was amazing how they could counter Thunder. But then they had to do something about it, so they added Casey to have Garrison against ranged, and she did really well on single ones, and you can develop her armament to perform well with multiple rallies. And now they added Ethan. Now they have another rider hero to counter Ethan. And next month on 2nd of June, they are adding another infantry hero for top commander. And I really hope this new hero is for Garrison and skill tree, because infantry is the only troop type that doesn't have a Garrison hero that, with a skill tree. So it will be really, really helpful if they do that. The point being, right now meta is changing based on the heroes they launch, and which kind of gives it a race that, okay, awake all the heroes that comes out. The first point will still incentivize that, but right now players that have the latest heroes awake, they have the upper hand over the people who don't, and most people who don't spend a lot, they keep on having this question which hero to awake and what to do, because they are coming up so fast. So coming back to this particular point, if with seasons, and they are saying that it will enhance short-term strategic gameplay, if it means that certain season will be more focused on Garrison, that Garrison has an upper hand, be based on the season, not the hero, and in the next season it will be more, rally focused, that rally has an upper hand, and another season will be maybe for mainly field battle, that field fighting will give you additional points, something. Point being, if they are gonna switch based on seasons rather than hero, it's gonna be really, really good, because then people can use the heroes that they have. They can focus on a set of heroes and awake them, still incentivizing awakening all heroes, but that will not stop or hamper their gaming experience, because right now it is happening. People can't awake heroes that fast. They added transcending, that's another layer. So this actually, if the way it reads, if they implement it that way, it's going to be a game-changing thing for DLS. Okay, that wraps up the second point. Really looking forward to this one. Let's come to the third one. Some operations are quite troublesome during battle, such as garrisoning watchtowers. Can they be made smarter? So the first point is garrison troop restrictions. Make it quicker to garrison specific troop type. Oh my god, this is so much needed. Reducing workload and pressure for garrison squad leader. Thank you very much. Now this is much clear and very straightforward. So the way we have a troop type selection for rallies, they're adding troop type selection for garrison, which is so much required. Me being mainly the garrison lead in my team, it hampers my gameplay so much that if I'm garrisoning a tower, I have to constantly keep on checking the tower that people are putting the right troop type. In alliance level events like Island Raid, it is much more controllable. You can tell your team, let them that, hey, do this thing. But in Archipelago Raid, it's a nightmare, because only people who can change the squads in a garrison are either the alliance leaders of the legion or the leader of the tower, whoever is currently the lead. If you are just an R4 and the tower is not belonging to your alliance, you cannot do anything. So it becomes really messy during battles, because you don't know if you're sleeping and somebody flank you. This will help so much. It's beyond explanation. This is amazing. That I really hope they bring it tomorrow. Please bring this. I can go on and on for this for the whole hour. Like, this is so good. Next is shelter garrison lineup preset. Allow multiple garrison squad to be set with different priorities, making shelter safer. Okay, so this kind of sounds like, I hope it is implemented that way. So if you have a garrison hero player on your garrison set and you send out your squad, and maybe one hero or both the heroes that you put on your garrison for your shelter, they are out on the field. So currently game just put any random hero on the garrison. For me, 90% of the time it's Maxine and Michelle. None of them are Garrison focused. They both are gather heroes. I have mostly them on my Garrison. So frustrating. But if you have a preset squad, say you have 2 or 3, I don't know how many they are gonna put, but if your one squad is out, they are gonna automatically put the second squad in the preset list to be your Garrison. It's gonna help so much. It won't be something random, at least. It's gonna be much safer compared to what it is now. No complaints there. Next is Rally Garrison swap. Quickly switch squad used for Rally or Garrison. So right now, say you rally a particular building, right? And if the rally succeeds, your current rally lead will become the Garrison lead. So this particular kind of thing sounds like you can swap out your squad that is after rally succeeding and becoming the Garrison lead. You can just switch out to a more appropriate squad that is built for Garrison without losing your spot on the building. Because if you, mostly it happens, if you recall your squad out, somebody already sent something in and filling up the squad, and now you're asking people to take out their squad or make space so you can send in the proper Garrison. A lot of the time that happens. So rally swap to Garrison, this is going to be, if it is like that, really helpful. Next is a simplified main battle UI, reduce operational distraction during battle to focus more on. Okay, so right now, if you know that if you're battling and you're not battling, both the cases your screen looks the same. You have bunch of stuff on the top, bunch of stuff on the bottom left and bottom right. So, and they stay. You cannot really remove that distraction if you're battling. And most of the time, if you're dragging stuff and you accidentally click on some area and accidentally opening up something, and there's always a small arrow button, you can drop down all those mini events going on. So if there's a toggle button that can remove all the distractions for you, so you can focus on your squad and focus on the battle, it will be very helpful. So if they're removing distractions during battle, awesome, all for it. Okay, the fourth one is, will there be any burden reducing design? Lately, playing the game has been stressful. It is. And can you make it more relaxing? They're adding AI game manager. Reduce grinding and stress with AI offline battles. Automatic collection, freeing up your time. Don't they have survivors for this? Because I remember you have 3 survivors. One is for auto rally, one is for auto zombie hunting, and one is for auto gathering. Auto gathering one is Isabel, because I do have her. But yeah, they have it, and that are paid features. But if they're doing something that potentially is free for access, I would really like that. But I'm not sure how they're gonna do this AI game manager thing. But anything at this point related to this is most welcome. Automatic collection, please bring it, but keep it free. But yeah, at least not be like too high, payment wall like Isabel or any other. Those special survivors are like $500-600 to get to max level, which does not make sense. Next is management, Federation management. Support for Federation buff scheduling, allowing the management to schedule an activation time. Okay, this is actually much useful. Okay, next is preset assignment of Federation titles. Title can be automatically assigned according to preset sequence. This is actually going to be very helpful to every Metro Holding Alliance, especially their leaders, because this is what happens, and most of the region presidents will agree with me on this, that they tell everybody in the region that certain time buff will be activated, and they are 30-40 minutes late and people have been waiting for the buff. They have their own things in life to go to, but you are late. But if you can schedule a buff activation at a certain time on a certain day, it's awesome. Really, it's going to be very helpful. And secondly, for the titles, if you have a preset sequence and the game will assign the title based on who is online in that sequence, it's going to be awesome. For there will be always somebody to assign buffs. So this is much helpful for every region Metro Holding Alliance. I know at least two people who will be waiting for this. Next is alliance management optimization to reduce pressure on alliance management. Okay. Alliance whitelist. Players on the list can join without waiting for approval. Awesome. So this is basically when people remove their farms and they add them back for event registrations, or people who go to different alliances for Pompeii or Antpeed. They don't have to wait for approval if they are on the whitelist. Next is Alliance Mark. Supports preset message for easier battlefield command. Amazing. So what this means is, if you're on the battlefield, you can just place markers very quickly with a preset message. You don't have to type it on the spot and make spelling mistakes, and because that doesn't translate, and you have many different language speaking people in your team. So if already the message is preset, you can make it as precise as possible, save it, and then use it when you want to. This actually is really, especially for me, I would say that, because I do coordinate battles in my alliance, and it's a extreme nightmare to type something really quick and make mistakes and people don't know what I meant. So this actually is going to be very helpful. Next is join requirements. Alliance can set minimum height for players looking to join. Okay, so this is very straightforward. Like, you can set the minimum height requirement, so people who are below that height cannot send request for approval. So this will prevent any random request for players to join your alliance, and sometimes some R4 accidentally accept them, so that will get reduced. But one thing I can say about point number A and C over here is, anyone you want to manually send invite to can join without meeting this requirement, because it doesn't make sense that anybody you want to join, you have to remove the requirement first and then accept them and then activate this requirement again. That will be too much. So any straightforward invite will get accepted, and the whitelist players will not be subjected to this minimum requirement thing, because obviously it does not make sense that if you have a whitelist and some player is on it, it is subjected to this joint requirement as well, because they're on the whitelist. So again, this is speculation. We don't know how the implementation will be, but this does read that way. And so far, all these two, maybe this first one as well, they do look promising. So bring it on. Then we have the fifth point. Okay, this one has a lot of points, and I did read them. Okay, let's see. Some features are not very user friendly, such as issuing rewards, being too cumbersome, and unclear battle reports. Okay, and he plans to optimize these. So first one is, the inventory will display the quantity you own. No more searching through the warehouse repeatedly. It will be clear and straightforward at a glance. Okay, yeah, this one actually I did play a game where you have to collect stuff, and in the inventory there they have it name as an inventory, and you can see the total of everything that you have. For example, you have resource in your bag, except for the ones that are in your boxes and in the resource bags. Anything that is specific resource type cards that you have, it will tell you how much of total food or wood or steel you have in your bag, which is really helpful. Next is, for example, you have speed ups, so it will tell you, say you have these many days of construction speed ups or research speed ups, and these many days of universal or training, right? So if you know already beforehand how much you have, you can plan your events accordingly. So if they actually are going to put it that way, awesome, amazingly helpful. This is another thing that they should bring tomorrow. So yeah, I'm very, very looking forward to this one. Next is complete all and collect all for various missions and rewards. Reduce repetitive operations to make completing missions and claiming rewards a breeze. On some scale, I think they do have it, and some of it is paid. Like, for example, for your Alliance activity rewards, you have collect all button, and Alliance shop rewards, if you have monthly subscriptions, you do have collect all button there. Same goes for your daily AP rewards, where you click on claim on one and it will just fill up all the progress bar, but you do have to click on each suitcase to open it. So if they gonna claim all for the whole thing, awesome. I know the main missions do have manual collection for all the completed missions. So the thing is, if they're adding something for the easy claiming rewards, one button to claim them all, I really would like that. I hope it's not a paid feature, and if it is, it's not too much of a price. Like for example, the autocomplete radar mission button. That is so helpful. I know so many people who never used to play radar missions, but now they just have that $5 pack for the month and they are good. And his rewards are good too with extra bottle caps. Something like this would be very helpful, but if it is not too much of a paid stuff. Next is a coalition and battle participation preference for a Archipelago Raid and Genesis War. Okay, improved alliance battle experience, more effective coalition battles, and greater freedom to tactical combat. Okay, so this is similar to what we have for individual players in an alliance for Island Raid, where you can go to alliance and toggle if you want to rest or you want to fight. So looks like for Archipelago Raid and Genesis War, as an alliance you will have preference for rest or fight, and other alliances should be able to see that, so they can request a coalition or any kind of collaboration with you over there. So if you're resting, people will not message you anyway. So this will actually help making such agreements to play in the event much more freely. Like in Archipelago Raid, if most of the alliances are not playing in particular legion, so your legion can go to the other legion that is more active or going to be more active. So this is good. Battle report category optimization. A battle report will be okay. So we already have in the mail, you can filter the mail based on what kind of mail it is. So we have a battle report category in that mail section. So they will have field battle reports will be separate from rally and garrison reports. This is so helpful. It happens to me all the time where I'm looking for a particular garrison or rally report and I have to scroll through and look for which exactly how long ago was that fight and then narrow it down. If they're going to separate them out, it's going to be so helpful. I know so many people who are gonna be this should have been implemented yesterday. So this is really helpful. Yeah, I'm going to be eagerly waiting for this one as well. Next is loot and alliance world distribution optimization. More intuitive and effortless to make things less messy. Okay, I don't really distribute rewards in my alliance. I know the person who does in my alliance, she'll be very happy with this. I don't know how it will be implemented, but any ease is good. So this is good. Next is marquee feature will support jumping to coordinates and can be closed. Okay. Convey commands more conveniently, and you can easily turn it off if you don't want to see it. This kind of sounds like this new rally point alliance rally marker feature where you can put it on a marked place and people can relocate there without using their relocators. But yeah, I do want to see how this will be implemented. So far, it does not look something that I would hate. I might not use it, but it won't hurt. So good. Okay, more reasonable rally duration for different targets. Some rallies can set off at target right away once it is full, so pace makes more sense. Okay, this is good. So for different events, like for example for Pompeii, the rally is 1 minute and you have to wait for the whole minute for the rally to launch. Same goes for other events where the rally is either 5 or 4 minutes based on your progress. The point being, if the rally is full, you don't have to wait for the countdown to go to 0. It will launch the moment it's full. Or if it is not full, then it will wait for the countdown to go to 0. But yeah, this actually will be really helpful. You don't have to wait for the whole timer to go off. So this is actually good. I like it. More hero filtering options. Quickly find the hero you want with ease, allowing you to form lineup more efficiently. Okay, there are many different ways this particular thing can go. It can be based on task. For example, if you're joining a rally, it will give you heroes based on the troop type and you can easily select which ones you want to have. Like if it's a ranged rally, it will not give you infantry hero on the top. I hope that's how it is, and same goes for Garrison with the other change that we are all eagerly waiting for, Garrison troop restriction. There are other games, mainly like more MMORPG type games, where they have heroes categorized based on, their type. For example, infantry heroes are more like, the first section is infantry heroes, then they have all rider, and based on all those things. So it can be potentially, categorized based on the troop type. Say for example, you're a rider focused player, and you can just select riders to be on the top, and then while making a quick squad, you'll have all your riders in first class on the top and not infantry or ranged. So something like that would be really helpful. We need to see how they implement it. There are certain different ways it can go. Last is, resources exceeding your limit will be converted into needed items or currency. Currency in game is what, gems and gold? We do have silver and gold coins for, Alliance store. Let's see. Need to see what currency means. Could be some coins that you can use in some store. No more wasted rewards. Okay. Excess resources you can't hold can be converted into items or currency you need more of, either through smart conversion system or preset reward of choice, like converting construction speed up to training. Oh my god, this is okay. I see why I gave a thumbs up to this. So right now we have loot exchange event where you have to wait for the whole month and collect all the stuff that you basically is useless for you, and you can exchange it for those tags, and then you can use those tags to buy stuff. Point being, if you have something like a smart conversion system or preset reward of choice, you can just convert it. So this is going to be really helpful. Since the mechanism will be more widely applied to ensure what you have is just nice. So more widely applied, I really hope it more widely applies to carbon steel and that fabric and victory badge and toolboxes as well. I really hope those useless things can be exchanged for something meaningful. I really want to see how this one goes, because it can either be really helpful or really underwhelming. But anyway, converting speed ups to something useful is really helpful. But yeah, there's so many BS most of us have in our bags, and it's just there. We cannot really get rid of it in any possible way. If you can get rid of stuff, please. I really want to see how this goes. So overall, this was pretty good. I like it. This is the last one. There has been a number of new content recently, but they all seem to be related to character building and development. Feels a bit like spend more, play less. Especially after biochemical beasts were introduced, the gap between new and veteran players has widened even more. This is the problem. Like when Beast chip system came out, my brain in some way tuned DLS out. Kind of a reason why I did not make a Beast chip video, because I do have material for that. It is in works, but I don't feel as excited anymore. So this is the thing. Armaments came out, and soon after that vehicles came out. Very soon after that, Beast came out, and now they have Beast ships as well. And also they have hero skins coming out, starting with the Louis, and now we have 4 heroes so far, and we don't know how many more will come. And now they have shelter decoration as well, which will give you additional buff, and pair them along with the frequency of new heroes that they're adding. And now you can transcend those heroes, and they have super weapons. This is like getting too much, and all this happened in about less than 12-13 months. Additions that they're adding are so fast paced that if you're not very heavy spender, you cannot keep up with it. Like really you can't. And there's no way for you to grind and compete with those spenders, because the stuff that spenders are getting, that is not available outside of that paywall. I've known so many players who left the game just because of these issues that DLS have introduced, because of the pace of the content they're adding. Yeah, that was my rant, but let's see. Say they have received a lot of feedback. Obviously, they have carefully combined everyone's opinion with the recent increase in development content and fast pacing in the survey. Okay, and they have already started adjusting the pace of upgrades. I really hope nothing comes out anytime soon after the Beast chips. Future updates will focus more on balancing development and gameplay, and gradually add more accessible and reward-friendly activities. We will also launch more easy events with rewards to reduce burden of new content and allow more commanders to play. New content shouldn't be a burden, obviously, but instead should be source of enjoyment. How can you enjoy something if you put it beyond $1,000 paywall? It's a burden. We are striving more in this direction, and we welcome everyone to continue. Okay, so the way it reads now, there are two types of players. Either you have a lot of time and you can grind your way to develop your account and you don't want to spend money, right? Or second kind, where you like to play games but you're busy in your life and you have money to spend in the game to speed up your development, or you don't have time to grind. Or thirdly, who have both time and money, but there are very few select players like that. And usually they are, mega whales already. They have everything and they can spend more time to develop more. And that's another added bonus for them. Point being, many games have these things balanced, where you can either pay to speed up your progress, or you can grind and spend time to catch up to the spenders, and then you can compete with them. Like, I did a quick Google search about DLS a few weeks ago, and it turns out that DLS is considered to be MMORPG, real-time strategy game, and it's losing popularity because it is heavily spender friendly, and your entire gameplay will depend on which team you belong to. And that is so much right. I was very surprised to read that, and that's why even though the player base of the game is increasing, or because of all the advertisement they do, but the active player count is decreasing gradually because people don't like the way it is going. It's so unbalanced right now. So if they're saying that they are focusing more on balanced development and help people get rewards with reward friendly activities and making it more accessible and have more easy events to reduce the burden by giving them rewards, actually this, if they are going to do that, it is going to help the game achieve that balance where players can grind and gain strength, and then they can compete with the spenders. That way it is much more you can say enjoyable. You won't be lagging behind as much as you already are. The power gap, the way it is in the question, is way too much. I really hope that they implement it the way they are saying it, and the way I've seen in other games they have done it. It's going to be really, really good, and it will help not only the players that are playing the game, but it will also help DLS regain the popularity, because of which most of us have started the game. With this, I think I did cover everything. If you want, you can come to DLS's Discord. In the feedback, you'll see the developer feedback section to read through it. Also, they have a link over here which you can just click, and then you can post anything that you wanna contribute and some feature that you want the game to have or consider in the development cycle. I added mine at the very end right now. There are only 2 points, and you can pause the video or you can come on the Discord to read. These are something that is on a lot of people's mind, but let's see if they actually take some action on it. It's gonna be really helpful. So they have actually released some of it on 14th of May update, where you can see that they added a couple of few new events, some federation rank history. You can see changes from minimalistic battle mode. Most of us have already seen that. You can go through this. You'll see they have added up to level 40 zombies and level 7 hive minds. We haven't seen any level 7 resource notes. Mostly it'll come in the patch notes, whatever. And some bug fixes. So you can go through these. Most of this I've already talked about in some way or form in our discussion. When next update comes, I'll make sure I make a video a little sooner than this. With this, I complete this video. I really hope I added some value, and if you have any questions, do let me know in the comment section. I am sorry I'm not getting much time these days, but again, I'm trying my best to get as much information to everybody as much as I can. And thank you for watching. I really appreciate you guys and your support, and I'll see you guys in the next video very soon.